Hi, this is Jay at iFast University, and today I'm going to talk to you about a conversation I just had with Lance about the last video blog post that I posted, which was about how to respond to a client who says, I just want to tone my arms. So in that post, I said that if you view that as an opportunity to create buy-in, then you won't say things like, there's no such thing as toning, and that's a stupid idea, right? And obviously, it's a bad idea to say those things. But Lance pointed out that framing it as it's an opportunity for you to create buy-in and you don't want to miss that opportunity, that was a really useful framing for him. Because if I tell him, hey, you can't say those things, you can't say that's a stupid idea, then it really just was about, I can't be a bad person. I can't be a mean person. I want to be more sensitive or whatever, and I'm not sensitive enough. But if I say, I need you to take this as an opportunity to create buy-in, then I'm framing it in terms of what the client needs or what the athlete needs. And I think that's a really good point to make because I think probably the secret to life in general is trying to see things from the other person's perspective, trying to see things from your customer's perspective, from your athlete's perspective, from your client's perspective. And the more you think that way, the easier it is to start doing things that make you more successful in your business, whether it's as a business person or as a coach. So this reminded me of something that I've been running into with our interns, right? With our interns, I often give them feedback, positive and negative. And a lot of the time with our interns, I would tell them stuff like, you need to be more energetic. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I found, to my dismay, that sometimes this kind of feedback backfired. And people would get very defensive and say, you know, you're asking me to be someone that I'm not. You're asking me to be more energetic or more outgoing, or I'm just not those kinds of things, and I can't change who I am. So in my mind, this is really analogous to giving a client or an athlete an internally focused cue or internally focused feedback, where you're asking them to change a movement based on what they feel inside their body. Whereas an externally focused cue is something that you ask them to focus on something outside of their body, like if they're doing a squat, you ask them to push the floor away instead of squeeze their butt at the top. And in one of my iFast University posts, I talked about the science of coaching and cueing and why externally focused cues and feedback are almost always superior for getting your athletes to move better. And I think in terms of getting your interns and your coaches and your employees to improve as coaches, externally focused feedback is useful for them too. So instead of saying, I need you to be more energetic, framing it in terms of this client needs more high energy engagement, or this client needs more attention to detail, then you just tell them what the client or what the situation demands and trust them in a way to figure out how to deliver that to the client. And you know, maybe they'll struggle with it for a little bit and maybe they won't get there immediately, but I think it's probably a better approach than saying you need to change who you are as a person, and the defensiveness that can come from that, I think is counterproductive to getting coaches and interns to change what they're doing. So try that out with your interns and your employees and your coaches, and let me know how it goes. Thanks a lot.